Okay, welcome back to the shop. It's the next day. The tail block is now fully dried onto the sides, so we can pop it loose. And now this thing will largely stay in the shape it needs to most of the way, for the most part. But this is pretty much ready now to get kerfing. So I'm gonna get, I've sort of started doing the rest of the, what am I trying to say? No, we're gonna do the kerfing first and then I'll do the rest of it. I was trying to decide order of operations here. I've already kind of begun the process of finishing up the bracing stuff, the spruce parts. But what I would like to do is get the kerfing drying while I'm doing that, so that when this is done, when I'm done doing that, then I can start notching the kerfing for the bracing. Yeah, I'm working on my order of operations a little bit here. I'm kind of wanting to get the body ready to receive the top and back while I work on the top and back, so it can have glue drying. I'm just working around glue drying times. So I'm going to move these away for a bit, and we're going to dig out our piles and piles of clothespins. I think we're ready to do this. So what I'll try to do, I think, yeah, it's going to sit, it's being a little bit tipsy, so I'll raise it up a little more here. Yeah, it's stable now. Yeah, and then I'll just put the kerfing in next, I think. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready to start gluing. All right, so we are set up basically to do one side anyway of this kerfing. So we've got our mahogany kerfed lining, and there's one tiny spot here in the waist that it's tight, so this bit will go right into it, and when I get to this point on the waist, it's really, really tight on the bend. So I don't think I want to go with one piece all the way around. I tried pre-bending this, but it's really hard to pre-bend something that's curved because it won't bend quite smoothly, and then I'll just end up with square chunkiness. So what I think I will do instead is I will get us to about this point, because that's about when it's too strong of a fight, and then I'll cut and I'll do a couple of small segments here individually just to make sure that it's a solid footing. I would have loved, and I think someday I'll do non-kerfed binding that just gets bent at the same time you bend the sides, so that I can just snug them in right in there. Yeah. So we're gonna break out the glue, and I'm gonna figure out just where. Oh, that's got a bit of a break right there. I'm gonna hold off on touching that one for a minute. May go back to it here, but so I'm gonna, the inside curves, these here and the one on the upper bout are fine. They're easily done with this curved bit. So I'm just going to, actually I have a mark. That was that one. Okay, I'm just gonna go through this. I'm gonna just start this way, and then I'll take it to probably that kerf. And this kerf might be the one that, yeah, this kerf right here. So then I can just snap it right there, and that's fine. I might take and just de-shred the end here so it looks a little less mistake. Okay. And then these can just get glued on right now. This actually also is a good place to do it, because this area slopes down to match the neck angle, so it would not hurt me one bit to have a break here so I can realign things as well, so I don't end up wasting a bunch on the tighter curve. Alright, so yeah, I think we're ready to, we're going to start gluing. just like this, and slide it on in there. That was way too much glue. So then we take clothespins here and just grab it and let it hold on, and we just clothespin our way all the way around here. And I'm leaving it up just a tiny bit proud so that I can plane it flush when it's dry. Try not to rub too much extra glue laying around there. Just get clothespins after clothespins here. Okay, so that kerfing is done. I dropped about 1,000 clothespins on the ground. I have 5 left, so not too bad. So I'm going to let the glue on this dry for a couple hours. And I'll pull all the clothespins off, flip it, and do the other side. So in the meantime, I'm going to move this somewhere safe, and I'm going to start working back on the top and back so that they'll be ready to be received by the sides. Okay, so we got these little bits of reinforcing, the reinforcing around the sound holes. So what I'm going to just do is, this is going to be kind of a bit of a clamping. I guess I could come in from the inside. I could do here, 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 here. I guess I could do that, but I have a different idea that I think is going to be fine too. So I'll just throw some glue on. I'm just going to get after this glue and get a little bit on the end grain here. Even though it doesn't do much, it'll help make a solid connection. Okay. Get a little here, and try not to get a whole bunch on my fingers like I just did then. That'll go that way like so. Do this one here. Okay. Like so. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to take this bit of lead here to put it there, and this bit of lead here to put it there. Then I've got a crossbar, another crossbar here, and a third crossbar here. And then this goes across here, this across here, and that puts in for all the weight to go here. And then I can just stack away. Alright, so now I guess I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of them. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for this one because this is right behind the sound hole, and I want to put I would like my logo there. So I can do these two for sure, and then these go on after I get it glued to the body. because I want to get the lengths right. But for this one, I'm just going to get a square up an end. Oof, that moves too easily. I need a shooting board. I need to make up a shooting board real quick. Hold on a second. Alright, got a little backstop here. I can just put my piece up against it. And then I got a square end. And I can just say somewhere in around that area, and I'm just break it off. It's a long grain, so it's easy to do. Now we can just take a bunch of this off here. And then I fit it. It's got another 1/8 inch or so to go here. It's not really mattering how I get that much of it off. Just need to get there. And I'm doing the longest one first because if I overshoot it, I can still use it here. Okay, we're a couple of swipes away now. Very close. Yeah, it'll almost spring in. Let's see here. Ooh, I might get one more swipe before I call that good. Sits up just a tiny bit high. We'll do one swipe. That's probably enough. One more swipe, I think. That's it. That was all of it. That's all it needed. Yep, that's it. I'm going to call that one set. It's actually really good, in fact. Yeah, that'll work. That fits nice, just enough. We'll do the second one now. And I'll get this end square first. Okay, and we'll just somewhere around here. We can break it off about, oh, that broke off way too late. That might be too far. Ooh, very, very close. I think I can get away with, actually, you know what? That broke cleanly enough. I'm going to say that's good. That'll work. I've got enough for this end or this end. For this one, I'm going to have to go with something wider because I want to make room for my branding in there. So I'm going to cut another piece to fit right here. I'll probably double the width here and I'll be right back. Alright, now I've got this strip that's 2 inches wide that I'll use for this spot. I'm going to square up and clean up an end here real fast. There. And then we can say somewhere around here is safe to bust. That's good. Good so far. We can take a bunch off of that end. Okay. Now we'll just take it off of this because this side seems like it's a little darker anyway. And I actually kind of like this side better for the lack of brown or blue. So we'll just go after this a little here. Take about 30 seconds there. Got a little ways to go yet. Actually a bit of blue on that side now. Oh, actually no, I like this side because of the grain. That seems like a lot got removed. Yeah, we're getting close now. Okay, so we'll take 2 swipes. So, one more. 2 swipes more. Ooh, one more. I'll do 2. Almost there. A couple more swipes here. There it is. It's just barely springing on in there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. just barely springs itself in. And pop it out. Try to go for the most appealing looking. Yeah, there it is. Like that. Okay, so that one's going to be there. We'll have one down here and one up here. I'll put my signature here. I think that'll do just fine. I think I'll put this one here. Yeah, I think that'll do beautifully, in fact. Cool. All right, I'm going to go heat up the branding iron and get the brand on this real quick, because that'll be the last step of that. Should I work out how I'm going to do that quickly, decently? All right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get the branding iron on this so that I have my signature, and then I can do the other two and get all three of these glued in. Okay, branding iron time. We're ready to heat. Yeah, we are. Okay, so this is my test block. Try not to burn it to bits first. It's gonna go in my pocket. It might actually be tricky to get out of there. It's not bad. Yeah, this isn't bad. All right, heat time. Scorch all that crap off, whatever the hell it is, too. So this is my first branding iron Leo made for me. Leo is on my forum, and it's a really good iron. He did a very good job, and I use the heck out of it. It's my full signature, and it looks really good. So I just got to get it hot, and I've been doing this one enough that I know when it's about in the right timing, the right temperature range. It's about when the colors start chasing the flame a little bit. It's a nice thick block that keeps a bit of heat so I can get a few burns out of it too. Should have put that in my right pocket. And this truly doesn't take a ton of time. I'm just watching for a purple color to start chasing my flame. It's almost there. A bit yellowy now. It's definitely close. It's too subtle, it doesn't show up on the camera, otherwise I'd show you that, but it's sort of one of those things, you do it about 4 or 5 times and you get a feel, you develop a feel for it. This is probably enough. Just to test with our test block here. Nope, not quite. Still very light. Yeah, it's doing light color chasing right now. It's not dark enough. It's close. Not quite. Starting to see the colors now. Yeah, now we're getting close. I wonder if I can get you a shot of that. I'll try next time I do one of these. Let's see how we did this time. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more heat, and we're gonna go after a real bit of spruce next. try. I'm going to have too much heat here. I'm going to try to pan you over real quick while I hold on to it. Let's see if that'll work. Let's get you over here. And you can see this. Got to turn it right side up. And I'm just going to set it down and lift. Oh, too light. Let's try one more. I need to get more heat on it. Be right back. Sorry, I spent too much time playing around, so I need to heat it up a little bit. Just a few more seconds of heat. Test it one more time on birch. Yeah, that has the potential to be perfect, but I gotta move quick. Hold on. Dropping stuff over here. Flaming things I'm dropping, which is a bad idea, I must say. Get it hot here. Here we go. For real this time, no fooling around. Yeah, perfect. That is a great signature. I got a little nervous that I was holding it too long, but it was just cool enough. So now I can sand that a little bit and get the sugar scorched out, but there it is. That came out really nice. I actually like that a lot. No one will ever see this bad one. Okay. Alright, so I can glue these three in now, and I'll do these two after the body is somewhat together, once I put the back on. It appears I'll be putting the back on first. And then the front. And then the front. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to I'm going to commandeer a bit of this lead for this particular task from the front, because I'm certain that's plenty glued. We're going to I'm going to start on this one first, then everything you can center off of it. A little bit of glue, glue. I think I should spread that around a little bit, so that it's evenly covering the bottom surface of this wood. And we're good to go. Okay. How does that look center-wise? Looks pretty good, actually. Drop it on in there. Okay. Now, wipe off the glue. I think we're going to throw down a piece or two of... Oh, that's perfect. Just stick lead right upon it. We're going to stick 8 pounds of lead right there. That is holding well, I'd say. All right. Next, please. Actually, I want to be able to see where my centering job has gone. It actually will work beautifully. I just need to work a little bit swift. Here, get a little glue down on this. Spread that around onto the fingertips that I want to keep clean, of course, because that's how Murphy's Law works. Get a little bit of glue all up on it. Now, the big thing is make sure we get centered perfectly here. Oh yeah, that looks perfect right there, in fact. Make sure that finger is not covered in glue. Send it on down. Commandeer a little more lead. And we'll do a little more on this surface. And we can just stick 4 or 5 pounds on it here. That ought to be enough, I would say. Okay, now I can, well, no, now I can't. I still need to be sure I get this one in. I should have put them all in place first, then worried about clamping. Okay. That's a much easier strategy to keep the glue off my other hand. Alright. Well, it was a much easier strategy, but not anymore. That one is perfectly aligned. Beautiful. Beauty filled. Filled with that which is beauty. Alright, now we can throw this stuff down here. This stuff on there. These things can go onto it. And weigh that down. Now this one can get some of this as well. Let's see if I can't get one down into that corner. And I can't get one there, so we'll just do that. Can I get one down in there? Not really very well, no, but I can get a few pounds on top of this, which should take care of me. And there. And there's an extra one. Put them here. Okay, so now I can let that dry. And we can take this back over here. Do the top stuff. Ooh. Come on now. There we go. Okay. It tore apart, thankfully, but had a little squeeze out happen there. And I need to grab a chisel and relieve this thing of its MDF. There we go. Nothing to this. Not a big deal. Just a little squeeze out was all. And just scrape the majority of that off. All better. All better now. And a little bit here. There we go. Now let's clear that. Got a little bit down here as well. There we go. Alright, reinforcement is done. The only other thing left on the top is my bridge plate, which handily enough, you guys literally just saw the episode. It just went live today. You've seen it while I filmed this, while I'm filming. Right this moment, that episode has published. The dreaded wrong fret marker fretboard, which is perfectly good piece of rosewood, and there's plenty of thickness left to make it into a bridge plate, and then some more than one bridge plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing over to the drum sander and get rid of all the evidence of my mistake and return this to a useful piece of wood and make it my bridge plate. So it's got to be about 100 thou thick, I think it was. I'm going to check that. And we'll get there shortly. So more drum sanding. Woohoo! Alright, I looked it up. 100th that was a perfectly acceptable bridge plate thickness. And now I've got enough for at least 2, depending on the size of the guitar. Probably 2. There's an offcut, so we'll set that aside. I like how it sounds. It sounds like it would vibrate, resonate well. So now, this just kind of goes in here. However I can wedge it, I guess, basically. According to the plans, I'm trying to see them from here, but the plans are way across the room. Alright, that'll work. And I've also got my... other plate here that I can also try to use as a guider. Okay, so somewhere in there. So my first step is I need a straight edge to start from. I think I'm going to try to get this straight edge out of it. Probably. Why not from there? Sure, why not? Yeah, so I'm gonna get a straight. I'm gonna get this edge straight. This actually might do the job right here. There's a little ways to go down that edge. Yeah, I'm going to stick this in the vise and just get a nice good straight. It's almost entirely straight right now, so maybe I can just live with what I've got. Yeah, I can. Okay. So, first thing I'll do is figure out just where this has to go. I'm going to say right there. If I can get something, I really would like, I think what I'll do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to at some point change this template a little bit so that it has some through holes that I can stick some pins through and get an idea of where, because I'd like to be able to poke through and just mark where these things are supposed to be here. And I can't get that one to sit where I want it. There. Take a second pencil and go right there. Where's my this little guy here? My little probe. So we can set this one into that location, it looks like. Yeah, alright. And say right here is where that one will end. I'm going to put these, I'm going to transfer these down to the bottom, and then that is the only contact points there. This does show a spot right there. Right there, where this diagonal's, it's going to be annoying, is it? There. And it sort of diagonals there. But if I can get a plate that is roughly this wide first, I can go from that point on. We can work through that at some point. So first thing is we're going to get a plate 35 millimeters wide here from this straight edge. So I'm going to throw this in the vise and get a really good straight edge, because I don't think it's really that good right now. Let's see. No, it's terrible right now. So we'll stick this in the vise and get a good edge, and then we'll get it 35 millimeters wide. That is probably plenty straight now. Oh yes, just about. A little bumpy right there. So. There we go. That was a good pass. Oh yes, that'll work. All right. Then I'm going to get 35 millimeters from that. So I think I'll do that on this saw. I think will work fine for that. This one's just a quickie. I'm going to take my fence and move it back to 35 millimeters right off the bat, which I will use this. Oh, I lost my tape. What? Where did I put my tape? Oh, there it is. Man, I hate when I do that. Messing with myself. Put the tape here, 35 millimeters, and then a little bit. So that's about 1 1/4-ish. 1 5/16 really is closer to accurate. Like so. I'm going to give myself about 1 millimeter extra. And I'm wondering, will I hurt anything by just going? I think I'm going to go. Nope. There's my bridge plate's width, roughly. I'm going to really quick, actually, yeah, I think I might take it over to the table saw and get a better cut. Just to guarantee parallelism. Yeah, I'm going to do a table saw cut real fast. Be right back. Okay, I stand corrected. 35 millimeters is about 1 3/8, almost exactly. Very close, anyway. And so that's going to sit in there nicely. And I think at this point all I want to do is transfer some lines upward to the top where I marked where these go, and this will give me a view into. So if I set this like right there, that's the tip of that, and this right here, it's the tip of that. I could say from here we can make this cut. So what I'm figuring I'll do is I'm going to get this corner beautiful, and then I can lop this angle afterwards. I think that will work. We will find out. So really fast, I'm going to go from this end to there. This is really hard to see this, so let me show you what I'm doing. I've marked this edge and this edge with one line so that I can get this angle, and I'm just putting a straight edge up here to give myself a rough pencil line to saw to, like that. And this one, got that there, like that, and like that, and I can mark that line right there. And what we'll do is we'll get this corner pointed. So I'll show you here in just a sec what I've done. Yeah, okay, so you might be able to see this. We'll find out. Can you see the pencil lines there coming to a point right here? Oh, right here, a point right here. I think you can see them. Hope you can see them. So we're just going to cut those on the bandsaw quick, and then I can put it in the vise and plane them nice and smooth. So real quick bandsaw action here, and by real quick I mean real quick. Okay, like that. Alright, I'll show you this real quick. So very close to my lines but not on them. Can you see the lines? Anyways, I'll plane these now. In the vise we go. And I want to see my lines, so I'm going to go to this side first. And I'm kind of going for as close to parallel to the bench top as I can, so I have sort of that visual marker too. And we're doing end grain, so it's going to be a bit messy. How are we doing? We got a bit of a gouge. I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go over to the belt sander instead and use the sander to get me that angle without power. Okay. And then this side. Okay, then we can come over here and test it. Like so. Oh heck. Oh heck, that's perfect. I'll take it. Oh heck yes, I'll take it. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit off each end, just a tiny bit to tweak that angle just a little, so that I get it lower just a bit on the other side. And then we'll check this again. That's perfect. I like that a lot. Okay. So then what I can do is mark right there and right here. So I know this diagonal I need here and to here. Like that, and I can cut this quick on the bandsaw and we can test that fit real fast. So bear with me. I think I'm going to pull back the shot so you can see all this running around I'm doing here. There we go. Now I've marked my diagonal line for this brace onto here, and I'm just going to real quickly on the bandsaw slice that off. Over to this one I need to do under power. I left a little too much. I've left my line because I want to make sure that I leave room to play with it if I need to. Okay. We can take a little bit more. It looks like my angle's good. I just need to take a bit more of it. Go. That should sit down nicely. Oh, it do. Quite rightly. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to commandeer some more steel or some more lead. We'll glue a bridge plate down. I might be inclined. No, I'll just do the weight. The weight will work. Let's see. What's a good position? I'm going to cut these bits up so that I can get down into those corners easier. Okay. Like it or not, we're ready for gluing again. Bridge plate. This is rosewood, so we're going to, with great care, clean off this oily surface before we get crazy. I'm going to use denatured alcohol for that. Real fast. I need a rag because you want to make sure that this glue has every hope to stick. So just a bunch on my fingers and just scrub that thing clean. Like so. And then let it flash. Und then we get the glue and we place it upon this. Try to get a good amount. I'm going to try to make it a even coverage by spreading it nicely here too, but try to get enough there. Get a good even spread here. Try to get a little on the edges that mate. I've decided not to clip this one corner here. Mostly because I forgot before the glue went on, and I don't think it matters that much. Get a good amount of glue on this end so that it goes in there nicely. And then we're ready to slide you in. Like so. Get that out of the way, get that out of there. Clean off my fingertips a little bit. This one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. Okay, and then this can go on here, and we are starting to steal some more lead. Just keep piling it. I'm going to put all of it on here. There's going to be 20 some odd pounds on just the bridge plate. Making a mess out of that there. Stack this stuff up there nicely, and then we can do another this direction. I think that will do us perfectly fine. There you go. There's all 20 some odd pounds right there, holding my bridge plate into place. Double check that I push it where it's supposed to be here. Yep, that's where it belongs. Okay. All right, we'll let that dry. This looks pretty good. Yeah. So that looks pretty good. I think we're ready to do the kerfing on the other side of the body while we wait for this to dry. That seems like a good idea. So away we go. All right. It's been many hours, probably 4 or 5 hours, so this should be well and truly chooched. I want my little tub of pins here, so we can just start popping them all off of here, checking where my seams look good, where they looking great there. Yeah, I like this. These are looking great so far. Yeah, good contact all the way around. Very little squeeze out that I can deal with no problem. And really good contact all the way around. That's great. How's that looking? Looking good there. Looking good there. Both of those ends look great. Doesn't look like I have any problems there at all. Wouldn't have minded a little tighter grip right there, but it's not bad. Very nice. That's very, very nice. All right. Flip it over and do the other side now. that's the other side. Done and ready to dry. Sweet. That's good. I'm ready to be done with the binding, or the kerfing. Cool. Kerfing is in now. Let that dry. Let the body, I think we're going to be putting the top and back on tomorrow probably. I'm thinking that's about to happen. Yes. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Yeah. Alright, so let things dry and I'll bring you back when we're done.